Okay, welcome to video number 2, year 9. So we're on to a ratio here. So as always, we have got, so this question always asks us, we've got 10 to 35, but we want it in 1 to something. So to get from 10 to 1, what they did is they divided by 10. So I have to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to take my decimal point from the end and move it back once, okay? So I end up with 3.5 there. And that's our answer, 1 to 3.5. So the next one's the same. So this time we've got 4 to 32, but we want it 1 to something. So we know that we want it 1 to something. So to go from 4 to 1, they've divided by 4. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to do 32 divided by 4 equals 8. So that's my answer for that one. Next up then, we want to solve this equation. And this time we've got x on both sides, which makes it a little bit more tough, but we can definitely do this as we've done them in lots of weeks before, okay? So we're aiming to get our numbers on one side and our x's on the other side. So let's start by, let's take away this 9, let's take away the 4 on this side. Okay, so minus 4 from this side, and remember we've got to do the same on both sides. So if I minus 4 from this side, I'm left with 5x. And then if I minus 4 from this side, I've still got my 4x, and I'm going to take away my 4 from my 9. So that means I'm left with plus 5. Now, I don't want my x's on this side, do I? I want all my x's on this side. So I'm going to take away the 4x on this side and take away the 4x on this side, leaving me with just 1x and a 5. So that's nice and simple because my answer is x equals 5. Okay, up next then, we've got 4x plus 0 equals 3x plus 2. So the first thing we can do is just get rid of that 0. It doesn't mean anything, does it? So we can just put 4x equals 3x plus 2. So now all I need to do is get rid of this 3x, and then all my x's are on one side and all my numbers are on the other side. So it means I'm left with x equals, oh, please don't delete, no! Sorry about that, year 9. It would appear that everything has disappeared. But if you just go back in the video, it will all reappear. So I'm just going to redo the question that we are doing. Okay, so we had 4x equals 3x plus 2. And we were taking away 3x from both sides, okay? So if I take away 3x from both sides, as I said, I'm left with x equals 2. Okay, last two. So we want to express 504 as a product of prime factors. I mean, a bonus here is that we've got loads of space now. So let's start 504 up here. Oh gosh, I mean, I don't know what's happened there. Oh, it's all disappeared again. Well, oh well. So 504 as a product of its prime factors. So it's an even number, so we will start with 2. So that means we've got 2 and 252. It's even again, so we can go 2 and we can go 126. Once again, that is even, so we can do 126, we can divide that by 2, and we get 63. So now we've got 2, and we've got 63. Now 63 is not even, but we can divide it by 3. So we're going to have 3, and we're going to have 21. We can divide that by 3 again, so we're going to have 3 and 7, okay? And they're both prime numbers, so we can finish on those. So now we need to write it out as indices. So we've got 1, 2, 3 2s. So we're going to do 2 to the power of 3 with another line, apparently. I daren't press undo. So that says 2 to the power of 3. And then times 3 to the power of 2, because I've got 2 3s. And then I've got 1 7, so I can do times by 7. Okay, perfect. So let's wish us luck with this last question. Okay, so we want 210 as a product of prime factors. So 210, even number, so we can do 2 and 105. Now 105 isn't even, but it does have a 5 on the end, which is useful, because now I know that I can divide that by 5, can't I? So I can do 5 over here, another line, that's useful, and I can do 21. So now I'm back to 21. Well, I just did this one, so I can do 3 times 7. Now here, we're going to write them in chronological order, ascending order. So we're going to have 2 times 3 times 5 times 7 as our final answer for that one. So I'm sorry about the slight hiccups in that video, but hopefully you have managed to somehow mark your questions and you've given yourself a mark out of 20. Please make sure you've given yourself a mark out of 20 and upload your sheet to show my homework. Have a lovely rest of the week, and your next maths work will be set on Friday.